Hey everyone, today we're going to look at finding a distance on a coordinate plane. So sometimes finding the distance between points on a coordinate plane is as simple as looking and counting. Like in graph A, if it's ever a horizontal line or a vertical line, it makes it really easy. But other times the distance is with a diagonal line, like in graph B. So to find this, we can create our own right triangle. And so if we create our own right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to calculate the distance. The diagonal distance would then represent the hypotenuse, or the C. Oh, I misspelled it. Enus. That C value. Because imagine here we can bring down a right triangle here. Okay, we can count these sides and these side distance and then use that for the Pythagorean theorem. Let me scooch this down some. And erase. Go back if you need to get those words. All right, so let's look at the first example. It says use that Pythagorean theorem to find it. So I'm going to draw my right triangle to the distance where A is, and I'm going to go up so I can connect them. And then we're looking for this side here. So we're always going to use a plus sign today under our square root, because remember, we're going to have to square root it. So this side length is 4. So I'm going to have 4 squared. And this side length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to have 4 squared plus 5 squared. And then we can solve. Okay, put that in your calculator. Put it into Desmos. Same thing here. Okay, type it in. Draw out your right triangle. So I definitely have 2 right here. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the side length. So when I go to solve and square root, I'm going to have 7 squared plus 2 squared. Okay. And then this one's slightly larger, but you're still going to do the same principal concept. Draw a right triangle, connect your points, count your distance. If you really want to make it quick and easy, this is at the 3, and this is over here at 5. So 3 plus 5 will give you 8. Same here. It's up at here at the 4, and this one's at the 4, so it will also give you 8. So, and when you go to put this in the calculator, it has to be 8 squared plus 8 squared, and it should give you a decimal, and it wants it to the nearest tenth. So let's look down here at the bottom. All right, so doing basically the same stuff again for this example. So this example, though, they want you to plot the points and then solve. All right, so it says -6, 1, so right here, and -4, 5 here. And so those are the 2 points first. Again, you can make yourself your right triangle. I know my distance is 2, and my distance is 4 here. So 2 squared plus 4 squared is under my square root sign. Okay, let me choose a different color. -7, -7, so way down here. And 4, -3 over here. So it's going to be kind of a bigger right triangle. Try and connect those together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have 11 for here. Oh, is it going to do my 11? So 4 squared plus 11 squared. Why does it not want to do that? Okay, under my square root sign. And that's a bad plus sign, but it's a plus sign. Alrighty, so try and do the last one. Check and see if you graphed it correctly. 0, 2, 7, 7. All right, so then you would solve by doing 5 squared, hopefully you did, plus 7 squared. All under your square root sign. Sorry, that blue's a little different. Okay, so now if we look at the next part, so it's now kind of applying it a little bit with a different shape. So you're still going to do kind of the same principles. You're going to cut your shape so where you have a triangle, a right triangle, and then more likely you'll have a rectangle. Okay, so I'm going to help you cut your shape and then you can solve it. But your shape will be here, this triangle that they give you. Okay, it says perimeter, so you already know the side lengths just by counting on the rectangle, but you're going to find this side length. Okay, and then you can just count your side lengths for the others. So you know that it is a little hard to see. It's probably easier on your paper, but 3 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 8. And this one is 6. 8 squared plus 6 squared would give you 10. And you can do that under your square root sign. But it does give you 10. It's one of those that you will see a lot of. And then you can add that to your other side lengths. Okay? To find perimeter. Same thing here. You can make 2 right triangles. Now it is a parallelogram, so these triangles would be exactly the same. You could just double your answer. Okay, but it would give you this C value here, which is the same C value up here possibly. So you can check it. But let's go to the next section. And then here we're kind of given a scenario about going between Ashley's house and Bridget's house and Carly's house. So you would have to make some different assumptions here and draw some triangles. So to the nearest 10th, how many miles is Ashley's house from Bridget's house? So they're saying, what is this distance here? So you would make a right triangle and solve. From Ashley's to Carly's house, it's not as big as a triangle, but it is the red one. Okay. Do the same thing as the rest of the paper. Whose house does Ashley live the closest to and by how many miles? So it would be finding those C distances and comparing them. If you have questions, please get a hold of Miss Hill or myself.